Hi darlings, it's Lovelace here and welcome back to my channel. How are you guys? I am good. In this video I was thinking of talking a little bit about my emetophobia. If you guys don't know what emetophobia is actually fear of throwing up. And I have had that almost my whole life. Even if there is so much better now, it doesn't control me as it did before in my childhood. And I'm gonna talk a little bit like how it has affecting me and how it started and how I have been working with myself to get rid of my emetophobia. So emetophobia means fear of throwing up. It's just another word for that. I think it's kind of common. I don't know how many, I don't think so many talk about it, but it's kind of like a common phobia actually. Well, for me, I have had the phobia kind of very long, as long I can remember actually. Where I remember the first time I felt that I was afraid of throwing up actually was, I was around 5 years old. And I was sick. I had like a stomach flu or something like that. After that I just started to obsess over it because I guess I thought it was so awful and that was so terrible. And I was just thinking, is that gonna happen again? I'm gonna have to experience that again. And I started like developing like more and more as older I got. Like I think it was around worse when I was around 8 to 10 years old, because when I was around 8 years old I also had another stomach flu. I think I had 2 stomach flu when I was like around 8 years old, and after that it just became worse. It didn't help me actually to have it, and you were thinking like if I would have it like more and more, like 2 times that after the first time, that it would actually help, and I would realize, oh, it wasn't dangerous, it wasn't too bad. But no, it actually became worse. So when I was around 8 years old, it was controlling me so much that sometimes I didn't want to go to school. I was thinking that I'm gonna be sick of the food. I was afraid I'm gonna be sick of using public restrooms, and I was just afraid that other people is gonna make me sick, and that stomach flu virus would spread in school, like especially around the time in the winter when the stomach flu is like spreading. I didn't want to go to school. I didn't use public restrooms, which means that I kind of like didn't eat so much because I was thinking like if I don't eat, I don't have anything to throw up, and like that was kind of like the goal. And I felt like how the more it was empty, that's better, because I wouldn't be able to throw up. So when I was around that age also, I went to psychiatrist, and they were trying like to talk to me, like had session to me, and they gave me some medications also, so I shouldn't be so worried, like medication for anxiety. So but yeah, I would guess my medication helped sometimes. It helped, yes it did. I was just very young, like usually I was only like 8 years old and like was eating like medication for anxiety. And it was just, I was thinking of like it was there with me all the time, like 24/7 I was thinking about it, like, and it stopped me for so much. I mean, it stopped me for traveling. Like I mean, my family always liked to travel, but I couldn't do that either, because I was thinking if there are other bacteria like in other countries, I'm gonna be sick and I'm gonna throw up. And the same thing, like if I hear somebody else was sick in school, I didn't want to go to school. I as I didn't use the restrooms in school, that ended up that I was like had to hold myself like the whole day in school because I didn't want to use the restroom, and I rather actually went outside in nature to use the restroom, because it was just that I saw like the bacteria like everywhere in stores, in schools, and it was just that I think everything is gonna make me sick. And it was just very, very terrible. It was very, very terrible. It's really affecting everything. Like it started affecting my grades in school. It's affecting, I didn't want to go, like especially around winter time when it's the stomach flu season. I didn't want to go meet friends. I just want to be isolated at home. It was very, very, very terrible, and it's so many years like of my childhood that has just been laying down and just have panic, anxiety, and it's even gone that far. So I made myself throw up, like of just panicking, and it was just very, very bad. I guess when I became like older and like teenager, it became better. It was only like I didn't think about it like the same. I didn't think really my psychology sessions really helping me so much. I think it was just myself that is like started to think like, because technically I had never really had like, because what the thing is I was most scared of like the winter stomach flu. And what I have realized that I never had it actually. And I was like, I remember especially like one time, I think I was like around 15, 16 something. And I remember we were here at the castle. And you know, at the castle, I mean, it's big, you can really like isolate yourself, like if somebody else gets sick. And that's actually what happened. That the whole family, I mean, I have 4 siblings, and they got sick, and they called me like, because I was in my room, and they called me like, oh, that my brothers were sick. And I remember I shared a room with my sister, and she like went away in the morning, and I don't know where she went, but I think she called me and said like that she didn't feel well, and she left the room just because she didn't want to scare me that she didn't feel well. So she went to my dad and my brothers, and she was sick there. Like older, so I could handle it better. Of course, I got anxiety, but it wasn't like too bad, like since as I was a kid. Especially after that time, I was thinking like I didn't get sick, and which mean like the whole family had been sick, and I was hanging around with my family and everybody like the day before they got sick, but I didn't get sick. And now that happened actually, especially when I got like around teenager, that my family got sick. My mom, she was never sick either. It was my sister usually, or my my brothers that got sick. I didn't get sick, and I started to think like, and I also started to read like that 20% of the population is actually can't get the winter stomach flu, and I was thinking, hopefully I am one of those, because now I have like, and he also said like, if you have never got it and like your whole family has been sick, you're most likely you can't get it because you have some gene that makes you can't get it. And so that means I started to think like, I wasted like so many years of my life just worried, have anxiety, and I can't even get it. Of course you can always get like food poison, but especially when I got older, I never got sick. I never had anything. I guess with that, it's like it kind of went away more and more especially when I became adult, and then so now I don't really have it anymore. Of course, I'm like if I know somebody's sick, like I try to avoid, but it's not controlling my life anymore like it did that before. So, I mean, when you have emetophobia, I would say I mean, it has been kind of destroying a lot of years of my life, like my childhood. But it also, I want to say, also have some good parts with it. And I actually want to talk about those. Which is actually that I never smoked a cigarette in my life. Because I hear like you can throw up, like you can feel ill and throw up after you try this smoke a cigarette for the first time. So no, I had never smoked tobacco or anything like that, which I probably have done like everybody else if I wouldn't have my emetophobia. And another thing is also that when I'm drinking alcohol, I have a very specific limit, which means I can't drink too much. So usually I'm never hangover after I have been drinking, because I am very, very careful when I'm drinking, because I know that would trigger anxiety if I would drink too much and feel like I have to throw up. So which means I'm not drinking so much alcohol, which I might have done if I wouldn't have my emetophobia. And I have also never ever, I mean, tried any like drugs, more like heavier drugs, just because I guess also maybe because usually that's what I'm thinking, that it's gonna like, if I feel any like ill or like I feel nauseous or something, because even nauseous trigger anxiety for me. I get anxiety of getting nauseous too. I mean, even today. So I mean, I avoid things that can make you get nauseous and stuff like that. So that means usually like drugs, alcohol, cigarettes and stuff like that can trigger that. So kind of that I'm kind of thankful though. Even if I would choose, I wouldn't want to wish emetophobia and like to the grade as I had it when growing up to somebody. So yeah, that's kind of what it. This is a little bit like my life experience with that, and I would say this doesn't control my life anymore, which I'm very happy. And that I right now, today, can like kind of enjoy the good parts or like the positive effects of it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did that, I will be very, very happy if you can give it a thumbs up and drop a comment in the comment section and subscribe to my channel. And when you subscribe, also hit that bell button so you don't miss any of my new videos that is coming. So see you guys in the next video. Bye!